When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
Hello, beauties. How is everyone? Happy Monday. 15 minutes later. Well, I ran out of coffee, I think. Well, I did. Well, kind of not. I ran out of my favorite coffee, and I'm very short. I'm only not 5 foot, not quite 5 foot. I'm very short. So my fiance's not here yet. Well, he was here. He had to leave to go pick up our son at work. And my favorite coffee was up on top of the countertop. So I had to climb on a chair to get it was a big mess. You guys would have been laughing. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good Monday. I never know what day it is. You guys know. That is right. I'm very short, you guys. And sometimes what I do is I'm actually going to do like a TikTok about this. What I usually do is I'll get like a tongs. And if I can't reach something, I'll get those tongs and I'll just grab it with the tongs, when it's really, really high. but this is like way on top of the countertop, so I had to climb on a chair to get it. So that's what took me so long. But I apologize. Thank you guys for waiting and being patient. Are you short too? Not another housewife? It's good to see you. It's good to see all of you guys. Hey, Monroe. Hey, I Hate Peas. Hi, Stranger Clegan. I had no idea you were so tiny. I'm 5'6". Oh my gosh, you're tall. You could be a model. Yeah, I'm very, very short. Very short. I think I'm close. I think I might be 5 foot, but a little bit like an inch under 5 foot, and like maybe a $130, $140, maybe something like that. Yeah, I'm very tiny. So when I have to get stuff, either my oldest son will get it, obviously my fiance, my little boys are going to pass me up too. My 12-year-old is already passing me up. He thinks he's tough. That's funny. I was raised with 2 big brothers, and I used to beat them up all the time. So I'm just saying, they made me tough. Hey, Sparkle. Hey, Good Trouble. Molly got... You guys are cracking me. Molly got tits on the ground. How are you? You guys, stop. Oh shit. This is a serious live. I'm just saying, thanks for making me laugh. I'm 5'2", and I always use tongues. Zach is almost taller than me. Yeah, everybody's gonna pass me up. It's her Halloween costume. I'm 5'3". If I need to change light bulbs in my living room, I have to wait for my son to come over to do it for me. So like, exactly. So shout out to all the tall people. You're awesome. You're very blessed. Don't get me wrong. I like being short, but it has its advantages and disadvantages. But anyway, I wanted to do this live stream. If you're new, welcome. We have fun over here. We keep it real over here. We keep it classy over here. Okay. And we have a lot of fun. I am going to be doing a get ready with me tomorrow, just to let you guys know. And we're going to be talking about some things. But tonight, we are going to be talking about just the whole drama and just the way I don't like the way Kylie Rodini is being exploited in a lot of ways. There's something that I want to play before I start talking about this. So 1 second, and I will pull it up. You will hear silence, and that's just because I mute when I'm pulling things up. And I just want to start off by saying that this is in no offense to any particular creator who is covering Kylie. I think there are some people who have good intentions, but there are also people that it is very obvious that this young lady is being very much exploited and being exploited for clicks, views, money. There are people who have probably done over 50 videos about this young lady already, and it's very sad. It reminds me of the Summer Wells case, Gabby Petito. People just go way too far with things, but I do feel that there are some people who are genuine and trying to do right. But in the same sense, there are a lot of people who have exploited this case beyond belief, in my opinion. And once I was listening to what other people were saying, and then I was like scrolling, looking at videos, doing research, and I'm just like, wow. Like, wow, I understand. And it could be some of your favorite creators that I could be talking about. And I'm not trying to bring anybody down or make them feel horrible. But in a lot of ways, I do feel like if you have had over 40 to 50 videos about this beautiful young lady that is no longer here, and there's a lot of things that have come out now that shows very much that this was an accident, Rodney, I'm sorry. Thank you. That shows very much that this was an accident. And all I'm saying is that just be, people should just be more mindful about the cases that you choose to cover. And I know that it can be like, excuse me, obsessive and you really, really want to find the answers. But to me, some of these creators are going past that. They're going beyond that. It's not about finding answers. It's about how much money you've been making, how many members you have accumulated, and you're forgetting the whole issue here. And that whole issue is she is gone. And the mother has respectfully asked everyone to please just let her rest in peace. And that's not what's happening here. So, okay, 1 second. This is, hey, Lori. Hey, the best mama bear. If I'm pronouncing her name wrong, I apologize. I'm not good with pronouncing names. I butcher them. I'm just not good at it. So it's Kelly Rodney. Okay. So I am going to just play this by her mother. I think this is a good way to start this off by talking about all of this. And some people probably have already seen this. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. So I'm playing it for myself as well. But I think it's important for this to be noticed. So I'm going to play this.
We are so grateful to have the opportunity to join together today with our friends, family, and community in Kylie's name. Though we gather together, grief and healing is such a personal and individual thing. Today we will honor Kylie in honoring each other and holding each other up as we grieve in our own ways. We'll laugh, dance, share stories, songs, and poetry, or maybe we'll cry in a corner or at the podium. It's all okay. We'll remember and we'll create new memories as we all learn how to move forward in a world where we miss her. We are so blessed to be able to miss her together and to walk together into tomorrow. The way that she has brought everyone together, even in death, is a legacy that I will cherish forever. I'm hearing stories about people wanting to be nicer to each other in her memory. Kylie's dear friend recently told her mom that before all of this happened, she thought the word community had no real meaning, that it didn't really exist. But after Kylie went missing, the way our community showed up in full force showed her that it in fact is so very real and so, so powerful. That kind of impact on our teens gives me hope the demonstration of strength and togetherness, and the way that they have an army of supporters standing behind them will carry them far as they enter adulthood. We would like to thank everyone who has come together to support us in what we hope will be the most difficult time of our lives. There's no way that we'll be able to ever return the kindness, generosity, and compassion that has been extended to us over the last month, but we will live the rest of our lives trying, and in that trying, Keily will be with us, reminding us to be kind, laugh, and sing, and that sometimes it's even okay to cry. In closing, I want to thank our media friends for respecting our request to give us privacy while we celebrate my daughter today. Unfortunately, the social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering, and we want to create a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. To anyone who gains pleasure or satisfaction from commenting online, I ask you to take a moment to look inward and to try to recognize your motive. Remember the 3 gates that all words should flow through. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it helpful? I implore you to remember that there is honor in silence and there is kindness in minding your own business. You are talking about the death of my child, our community's child. It's time to let our children mourn their friend quietly, peacefully. I hope you can find other, more beautiful and helpful ways to spend your time and remember Keily. Call your mom, take a walk, pick up a new hobby. Please know we got this. Let her rest.
So you can see what I used to struggle with. Look at the before and after photo.
Wow. Okay. So this was almost so sad. It made me tear up a little bit because I couldn't imagine being in her position. And if you have children, especially children who are, the same age as Kelly, and to know that she literally has to not only mourn, the death of her daughter, but she also has to deal with the things that are surrounding it. Now, here's the thing. I understand some people saying, okay, she asked for help. She did ask for help. That's what you do when your child is missing. And you feel like it's not being covered enough by the media, or maybe the police aren't doing enough, which we all know how cases like these just blow up on social media. We all know that. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen with, minorities, Black people, things like that. But we all know that this case was a high profile case. The media was covering it. And then you have all of these YouTubers starting to pick up on it and everything like that. It became a very popular case. And of course, you're going to reach out and ask for help. Of course you are. Anybody, any parent would. But once they found her, and they literally, and people are completely ignoring her wishes. It is so sad, heading to bed. But once again, thank you for playing that. You're welcome. Thank you, Rena. It's good to see you. So I don't know where I was at, but I just think that ultimately it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Now, let me ask you a question, because I see that there are a lot of smaller creators, like myself, who are gaining popularity off this, gaining subscribers, gaining members, making money. We all love money, right? We all do. It's a beautiful thing to have money. It's not that damn beautiful, but it's a beautiful thing to have money. It's a wonderful feeling to be successful here on YouTube and to have people wanting to be a member of yours. Excuse me, wanting to be a member of yours and wanting to listen to what you have to say when it comes to this case. But in the same sense, what if that was you? What if you were in this mother's position? God forbid that you would ever be, but what if you were? There was obviously a lot of speculation that was going around when she couldn't be found. We didn't know what happened. She was at a party, blah, 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 blah. And then finally, they found her. You know, AWP ended up finding her. And even the way that they talked about this case and had like a trailer and finding it, just, oh, this has just become so exploitative, you guys. And it happens too often here on YouTube. People are always looking for their big break. But I ask you a question. When you look at bigger YouTubers like Kendall Ray, Stephanie Harlow, Bailey Sarian, okay? When you look at bigger YouTubers that cover true crime, because somehow when it comes to smaller creators, you know, trying to get their big break, trying to become, you know, more noticeable here on YouTube, do you see Stephanie Harlow doing video after video after video on the same case? Do you? Do you see Kendall Ray doing video after video after video on the same case? No, because there's so many other cases out there. I get it. Once you start covering something and bringing awareness to it and trying to put your thoughts together and figure this out and figure that out, I get it. It can definitely make you look at things like, oh my God, look at all these members I'm getting. Look how many subscribers I've gained, you know? But what you have to understand is this was a 16-year-old minor child, okay, who literally was at a party, a parent's worst nightmare, okay? Sorry, I didn't want that to be loud, but a parent's worst nightmare, okay? And then you have so many people that pick up this story, and I'm sure she was very happy. You know, her mother was very happy when people started bringing more awareness to this. But once she was found, it's like, okay, to her, it's like, please stop. Just stop. Mind your own business now. The point of everyone talking about this whole thing, this case, obviously, was to find her. And once she was found, now you have people speculating about the car and no, that wasn't the car and all of those things. And we're going to go over that in a minute too. But what I'm saying is that there is a difference between bringing awareness to a case and then just becoming exploitative to a case. And you have to remember that you are exploiting a 16-year-old child, and God forbid that you are ever in her mother's position. God forbid, because if you don't have teenage kids now, if you have kids, they're going to be a teenager one day. And I can tell you right now, it's one of my worst nightmares to think that even any of my children are at a party and something like this happens. Because to be honest with you, I do truly feel that this was an accident. And if I can't say indefinitely because I wasn't there, nobody was there. Okay. People can speculate as much as they want to, but nobody was there. But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. I truly feel that it was an accident. God forbid something like that happen. If you were in that position, how would you feel? How would you feel? Money, all of these things, and trust and belief, karma comes in many ways and goes down many different avenues, and it's gonna hit you. And it might not hit you in the exact same way, but it will, because you're only talking about this case now for your own selfish reasons. You're only talking about this case now not to bring awareness on it anymore, but to speculate for entertainment purposes, not to bring awareness, but to speculate for entertainment purposes, to get the clicks, to get the views, to get the subscribers, to get the memberships, to get the super chats. You are exploiting a child for money. And there is no other way to look at it but that. You have someone like, excuse me, 10, what's her name? 10 to Life. Now, I like 10 to Life sometimes. I like Annie. I've watched her before. I definitely didn't like the way she handled the whole thing with the Michael Long and all those things. She made a lot of mistakes. But then you listen to her and she's talking about all of these other live streamers who do live streams for hours and hours and hours, and it's just like, sweetheart, you don't do any better. You go on your channel, right? And you literally, one time you said they found hold on, I'm reading. Yeah, you guys are exactly right. One time they said that they found her car. They found her. It didn't even happen. And then she ends up deleting the whole video without even retracting her state. It's just, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? It should be. I agree, Rianne. It should be against the law for them to be able to use minors' name and image over and over again. Cover the case, and it's a move on. Exactly. Now, I can see, okay, you cover the case even a couple times, but you guys, there are creators who have had so many videos. Zov Girl. I like Zov Girl too. But at the end of the day, this is wrong what she's doing. When you get to a point where the pictures in your memberships, okay, are literally of a 16-year-old minor child who is no longer here, you've gone too far. I'm pretty sure that Annie from 10 to Life has been on vacation since she's been covering this case. 2 of them. Like, when does it go too far? When is enough enough? Daily 8-hour streams, right? Like that's absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't even get. Let me read some of your comments here. Let me go up. I'll try to go up as far as I can. I couldn't imagine losing a 16-year-old or any children to have so much shit around. Exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous. If something did happen, the law enforcement will do their job. Exactly. Like, you're not law enforcement. Enough speculation. And I know that there's a lot of people who are talking about conspiracy theories and, things that could have happened. Somebody saying that there was somebody in the car with her when she went into the water. I'm like, how do you know? How can you see that? All of the speculation, all of the accusations. There was one time when you blamed her boyfriend. Then you're blaming this one of her younger friends. These are fucking kids, dude. These are not adults that you're talking about here. They are kids, okay, who was at a party. And kids who are at a party, just think of when you were a kid. Think of when you were 16 years old and you were at a freaking party, right? And you're drinking, underage drinking, might I add. And shit happens and you're literally blaming people. Okay? You're blaming people, saying this and that, and you have no proof. That's not fair to these kids. That's just not fair to these kids. And yes, when Ryan Upchurch was sitting there saying that this was all fake, that was disgusting too. Like, that was beyond disgusting. Like, how far can you go? He was only doing that shit because he was getting clout. I could imagine how much money he made just off of saying that she wasn't real. She didn't even fucking exist. Like, enough is enough. That is sick that he would even do that, but it doesn't stop with him. So many people. Like, there's so many people who will literally exploit a 16-year-old child who is no longer here for money. So what happens when you're no longer talking about this child? Do you think people are still going to come back to your channel and listen to your true crime after you literally talked about the same person every fucking day for months? Do you seriously think people are going to take you seriously? No, they're just there listening to you in the moment. But they're not going to take you seriously when it comes to true crime because you literally covered the same person, the same child for month after month, video after video, doing live stream for freaking 10, 12 hours at a time, talking about a 16-year-old minor. And the mother has asked for everyone to stop. Respectfully, that's something that you should do, especially if you have children. Now, if you don't have children, it might be a little bit hard to relate, but you still should have enough respect to say, you know what, I'm done. I pop in a live once in a while and can't believe what I'm hearing and reading. It's disgusting. And it's gone too far. I'm sorry. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. Okay. 1 second. When you hear silence, that's just, never mind. I'll try not to mute it. I don't like the clicking noises when I go back and hear it. Right, stranger. No matter what, it should be wrong to you. But I feel like people who have kids, if they could imagine being in this position, being in the mother's position, you would seriously be like, it would be easier for you to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not talking about this no more. It might be a little bit harder for someone who doesn't have kids to relate, but should still respectfully say, I'm done. But as a parent, I don't care how much money I was making. I don't care if I made, I don't care if, I wouldn't care if I gained 5,000 subscribers in one day talking about this young lady. That doesn't mean I'm going to keep doing it. That just turns into greed. It's greedy. There's a difference between talking and bringing awareness about, one person or whatever. Like I've talked about Without a Crystal Ball. I've talked about MGL and I'll keep fucking doing it. Okay. These are grown ass women who are problematic here on the internet. But when you're talking about a child who is no longer here, video after video after video, I mean, at some point, when do you stop? You should be ashamed of yourself. Now, as I've told you guys many times, I like Girl and I like some of her coverage that she does. I don't think that she's a bad person. I think sometimes you just get too carried away. Some people are overly passionate, but to me, I think it just comes down to good old fashioned greed, in my opinion. But let's see here. I'm not going to play any of her videos, but I'm going to show you how many videos that she has done so far. Okay. So let's start off with this. I'm going to prove to you that this is, to me, her name sounds like Kylie, you guys. It's Kelly or Kylie. I've always said Kylie. I apologize if I said it wrong, but okay. So you have 1, 2. You can tell that that's about that because you can tell. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Christ's sake. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Here, Jolissa Fuentes. I covered her. I mean, she could definitely use a lot more videos than, more, like, it seems like she's covered her quite a bit, but where did I leave off? 35, 36, 37. She's even 38, 39. She's even covering Jolissa and Kylie together. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. I don't even wait a second, hold on. And this is just hold on. I don't even have 33 journal entries on anything, let alone videos, right? And this is not, like I said, I do like Xoxo. I think she does great coverage on a lot of things. I actually watched her coverage on Jolissa Fuentes. You know what I mean? I even played one of her videos because I think she does amazing work sometimes, but this is too much. Okay, I could see very much in the beginning, when she couldn't be found, bringing more awareness to the situation. Obviously, I can see in the beginning, but now this has gone way overboard, and yet it's still happening. It's still happening. MGL was still too involved in Marvin's case at the time and fighting her fraud issues. I mean, if I was to go over to her channel and look at all the covers she did on Summer Wells and Gabby Petito, I'm sure it would be just as much, if not more, than Xoxo. And this is no offense. I think sometimes some creators don't even know that they're doing it, maybe get a little bit overly passionate. Now I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. Some creators can get overly passionate and not realize how many videos they've done. But in the same sense, it's like, come on now, like, you've done how many videos? I can guarantee if I was to continue counting, it would be at least over 50. Okay. Okay, let's exit out of hers. Like for me, what I covered and that was the first, like, in the Dre McCrae and Justice for Vaughn, I wouldn't necessarily say was a case. Sometimes you get stuck saying a case because it's just the first thing that comes out of your mouth, but it was more of a story. It's not technically a case. And the things that I covered was mostly Dre McCrae's behavior, because I still, to this day, I don't agree with a lot of the things that I've seen, but it was never technically a case. And I think I've done like maybe 7 videos. And to me, I knew when to stop. Like 7 was enough. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like most of my coverage was without a crystal balls coverage on it and her hypocrisy and all of that stuff. But I could never see myself covering the same young lady who is minor over and over and over again. Like, I can never see that. Now it's turned to watching Kylie's car go into the water from a camera that looks for wildfires. I think it's sick. They're so fascinated watching over and over. Really? Exactly. You weren't exploiting a victim. Exactly. Thank you. Not Another Housewife. And I think, didn't you do Not Another Housewife? I remember watching her video. I will put it in the description. She did an amazing job too. Love her. It's so crazy how we got to such a rocky start. And now I just like seriously think she's amazing. So I don't know. This is absolutely ridiculous. So let me find somebody else. Oh, hold on, we're not done. Let me. I'm here. I'm getting a little bit of a cold. That sucks. But with the weather change, you can hear it in my voice. It's getting bad. Let me see here. I heard that video footage was debunked today. It's so hard to know who to believe. Right. Like you don't know who to believe because it's like so many people are covering this minor child who is no longer here. You know what I'm saying? And it just, thank you, Jenny Lee. Just a little cold. Hold on. Okay, so let me just scroll through this for a second here. Okay, so Christina Randall, I don't think she's done many videos. I think obviously she does a new true crime case like almost every day. And she may have done a few videos, but I don't think she's done that many videos. I would hope not. Even if I was to just randomly click on somebody's channel, let's go through here. So that's Soft Girl. Anyway, we don't want to see the cat lady up in here. Not today. Let me just scroll through here. Even when you type in her name, this is what comes up. Most of the creators that come up is Zoff Girl. So let's click on this one. Don't want to listen to him. I do not like that man. Sorry, I just don't. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to say that all these ones about Ictamel is about her because he was trying to accuse Ictamel of disgusting things. Okay. I'm sure he did. I'm sure. I couldn't even imagine how many he did. These colds are going around so awful. Still fighting it 2 weeks later. Teaya, start taking vitamin C. Okay, sweetie, I will. Thank you. What do people think they are accomplishing? That's what I'm saying. Somebody sent me, hold on, let me see here. Somebody sent me because when you type in her name, you're gonna be, obviously, when you do so many videos about her, you're gonna be heavy in the algorithm because of it, right? So let me go down here. Hold on, you guys. So many videos. Like, can you imagine if like people would start covering the cases that just go so unnoticed? How much of a difference this would make instead of always focusing on the same person? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, It just makes me so mad. I mean, who sent me something? Somebody sent me something.
Remember that 2016 Honda was what? Wait, no, it's $20. 20.
Hold on, you guys. Sorry. Still here scrolling because let me go into my messenger real quick because somebody sent me something and that I want to pull up. I cannot remember who it was, but I'm going to. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. I cannot remember who sent me this through Messenger. What's he watching? I don't know what they're watching. He watches CJ on 22s a lot on YouTube. CJ on 32s, something like that. That's his favorite creator on YouTube. You're so cute. Thank you, Orion, for asking me that. Okay, so let me share this here. So I know this creator, allegedly with Brittany, and somebody sent me how many videos that she's done. I guess they're having like a countdown of how many videos she's done so far. So let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Holy shit. They weren't lying. Holy crap. Okay, that's a lot. Why did she send me this? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so and holy shit. And she gained about 4K. Now, see, I don't go on her channel. I have not been on her channel in a while, so I would not know, but that's crazy. I mean, I could say congratulations to her because you gained subscribers, but how did you gain subscribers? You gained subscribers off of talking about one young lady who's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gain subscribers off of dragging someone who's a problematic creator, I'd be like, girl, go. But I mean, you guys, to me, I get it. I completely understand that when you get passionate about something and you want to help with something, you're going to keep talking about it. You want to continue to bring awareness about it. But at some point, it does have to stop, especially if the mother has saying, now, I know that the mother got a lot of criticism for the things that, for her public statement, because people are like, she didn't think, what they say, she didn't thank AWP. And they just felt like she was being like not courteous enough for the people that have helped her. But it's like, look, how courteous is it that you expect for this woman to be when the majority of people that she's talking to is the people who are exploiting this case? Okay. If a person is exploiting this case, then obviously, who's starting a third channel? Yeah. Annie did a lot too until people started getting called out and Sophie Long was brought up. Yeah. When Sophie Long gets brought up, that's when I think she's going to have to take a step back, you know? And this is not me judging anybody. Like I said, I'm not, Molly's starting, oh God. She needs to go sit her fucking cat lady fucking ass down somewhere. I wouldn't thank the AWP either after that teaser video. Yeah, I think a teaser video is going too far. Like I said, I think the mother, it was her way of trying to say, look, can just stop, you know? And once she said that, I can see covering, if there's no updates, what are you covering? If there's no updates to the case, then what exactly are you covering? You're covering the same exact thing. You're regurgitating the same information over and over and over again. Now, if there is, you know, something new, okay, fine. You know, update the people who love to watch you on that particular case. But when you constantly just go live for 8, 9, 10 hours at a time, talking about the same thing over and over and over again. And then when you start watching things over and over and over again, you guys, what happens? Sometimes you start seeing things that weren't even there in the beginning. Okay. And I know that there's some people who feel very strongly that there was foul play involved. I disagree. I truly, truly disagree. I don't think that there was foul play involved or anything like that. Thank you guys. Yes, don't worry. We will be talking about her tomorrow. I have something special planned for tomorrow, and we will be talking about that. Okay. MG cat lady I'm talking about. But anyway, she looks just like the damn cat lady. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay, Glamma D. It's okay. I know it's hard not to talk about her. She's a horrible person. Police corruption is actually happening in this case. 3 kids at the party are cop kids. So, Marie, am I saying your name right? Marie. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So are you saying that you think there was foul play involved? Because that's not what the police are saying. I seriously think it was an accident. So in my opinion, I truly feel that obviously something may have happened at the party. She may have drank too much. The FBI is involved. Okay. She may have drank too much. And you can come up on panel if you want, Marie. And I think something may have happened. They're all children, underage drinking. And then I think what happened was she probably got in her car. And it's so easy, you guys, when you're driving, especially when you are driving intoxicated, it is so easy to think that water could be a street. I'm telling you, I've been there. Okay. And I know so many people that that's happened to. So I think it literally was just an accident. I really, truly do. And if I couldn't believe in anything, I believe in her mother. And I think that if her mother thought that there was any type of foul play involved, she herself would have been, I don't think that she would be so adamant of the fact that to just let her daughter rest in peace and let's quit acting like detectives here. And if that is the case, if there was cop kids and everything like that, the FBI is involved. If there's any foul play, let them do their job. I feel like it was foul play because Sammy was 18 hanging with minors. And I think Sammy was jealous of Kelly, I'm sorry. So, daughter of mama, 4 lifers, period, boo. Okay, so if you think that, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. So do you think that it's okay that people consistently are doing video after video on this young lady who is no longer here, and the mother is pleading with people to please stop, do you think that it's okay to continuously, I mean, this is a free country. People can do whatever the hell they want to. This is YouTube. If you want to continue to exploit a child, keep doing it, you know? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there was foul play or not. Her mother wants everyone to stop. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anybody can go on their channel and do whatever they want. This is just my opinion. It really is. This is just my opinion, because I truly feel that if I was in that position, God forbid, and I pray that never happens to anyone, but if I was in that position and I'm asking for help in the beginning, like, please help me find whatever, and then everything happens to where it does look like an accident. If the mother is saying, please just stop, don't you think the respectful thing to do is to just stop talking? And if there's any kind of updates, then give updates about it? No, I don't, Tia. I feel where I don't, Tia. I feel where you're coming from 100%. People need to leave it alone, especially if the mom is asking. Thank you, daughter. Daughter and mama for life. I'm just gonna call you that, daughter and mama, because that's a long name, girl. People need to realize that they can mess up the case if there is something going on. That's true. That's true. You should look into it. You would do a good job to look into it. I swear you uber smart. Hold on. We're smart and we need help. These fuckers are rich kids and are going to get away with it. But see, okay. I have not done thorough research on this. I'll tell you why I have not covered this case. Because I cover cases that nobody else talks about. I cover cases, and we'll be covering cases of missing Indigenous women. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, by the way, you guys. I'm half Indian, so to all my fellow Indians, hello. But I cover cases with minorities that nobody wants to cover. Okay, those are the type of cases that I cover. I don't cover. Sorry, you guys. I don't cover cases that everyone and their mother is talking about. I try to cover cases that no one is talking about, that should be talking about. That's what I cover. And I think it would do best that other people did that shit too. Hey, science girls. Good to see you, beautiful. Unfortunately, I think there will never be an end to speculations and conspiracy theories. Even if there was 10 cameras showing the whole situation, it would not be I'm not sure what that last thing is, but I get what you're saying. Hold on. Let me go up. Duty Ron was talking about them having fucked up from the perspective of a retired police detective. He has talked about the poor police work that was done in terms of an investigation standpoint. Yes, as far as doing research and covering this, I will do more research if I think that there's something, because I am a conspiracy theorist, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I love conspiracy theories. I'm the first to be that one that is a conspiracy. But I'm just saying that I have looked at the case enough to know that if the mother says stop, then stop. Be respectful, because I'm the type of person where I treat people how I would want to be treated. And if I was in that position and I was pleading for people to just stop and please let her daughter rest in peace, I would want people to do that. That's all. That's the only place that I'm coming from. Truckee is a small town. This just boils down to poor police work. I honestly think it was a tragic accident and people just want to be worse. People just want it to be worse. then it was because of how long it took to find her, right? Because it did take a long time to find her. Their interview room is also a retired detective, and he is shady as hell, so that doesn't mean anything. Just because you are a retired cop doesn't mean you are automatically a good person. All right. That's true. Just because you're retired, absolutely. We all know a lot of horrible police officers. I need to shower. Our AirPods waterproof? Anyone know? I don't want to miss anything. Orion, I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Are AirPods waterproof? I'm sure you can buy some waterproof AirPods though. I do think that there may have been foul play, but all the YouTube videos need to stop. They aren't accomplishing anything now. It is just disrespectful at this point. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate you being honest. Teaya, yes, you are doing the work that doesn't always get the clicks or views. You do it because everyone should have the same coverage. Oh, yes, you're absolutely right, Ryan. And I wish that some people would start covering cases that nobody else covers, because if it starts with one person and then more people start covering it. And I wish it could be like that with every case and not just the cases that are more obviously more white people get the coverage, but I wish that it didn't have to be that way. Hey, Manny on the mic. It's good to see you. Manny behind the mic. I'm sorry. If the kids were guilty of anything, it's not caring about kids driving impaired. However, they were kids and intoxicated as well. Yes. Yes. And I don't really understand how people think that there could be foul play, because here's how I'm looking at it. You have all of these underage kids, some were older, some were underage, and they're at a party. Okay. They're all drinking, they're all doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. And I don't understand how people can look at this and look at it like it's okay to follow kids around. First, they accused her boyfriend, then they accused her best friend, Sammy. I don't think that's fair. These are young kids, you guys, that make mistakes on a daily basis, and they're going to keep making mistakes. I feel like this young lady, Sammy, is just a rebellious teenager. And I feel like teenagers deal with things a lot differently than adults. They have a harder time with their emotions. And I do know that she continued to party even after her friend had passed. But in the same sense, I feel like that was more of a rebellious part of her that was just trying to rebel, and knowing that she's being watched by all of these YouTubers who are not detectives. Okay, going and doing 8 to 10 hour live streams, sometimes longer, talking about this young lady. Imagine how you would handle that. Getting exactly, not another housewife, getting death threats, getting all of these things. How would you deal with that after you just lost a friend, to a horrible accident, and then you're getting death threats and being accused of having something to do with it? How would you feel? It's like, as an adult, you wouldn't be able to take that. Imagine being a teenager, because no matter what, yes, she's 18, but she's still technically a teenager, you guys. Her boyfriend. Okay, I got that one. If all these underage kids were at the party, who supplied the alcohol? That's true. Kids can't be judged on how they grieve. People are awful. That's what I'm saying. Like, kids grieve in a different way. I remember losing a few friends when I was younger, and we deal with it in a different way. Even when I lost my grandfather when I was younger, I dealt with it in a different way. I dealt with it by partying, you guys. Like, I'm just saying, every child is different. And even though this Sammy girl, even though she isn't technically an adult by law, she's still a teenager, and you don't know what her mind frame was at either. You don't know what her mentality is. You don't know how mature she is everybody handles things differently. I don't think it's fair to be judging her the way that people are, because she's still young. And all people are really judging her for is the way that she has acted after this whole entire thing, losing a friend, someone that you were very close to. I'm not a teenager and I would handle it poorly. Exactly. As an adult, you would handle it poorly. So imagine how she's handling this as a teenager. And then she's under this microscope with people watching her. People were watching her on YouTube. And I think she was posting things. But I think, like I said, that was the more rebellious part of her. Like, okay, you're going to watch me. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Well, I'm going to show you this. And you understand what I'm saying? That's how teenagers think. Even my mother, like when I lost my grandfather, I didn't want to be around anybody but friends. Okay. The couple of friends that I had back then. And even my mother's like, what is wrong with you? Because that's the way I handled it. It didn't mean that I didn't care. But as a teenager, your mind, thoughts, the way that you think is different. It just is. Your mentality, your whole process, the way you process things are just completely different than an adult. We saw something similar with Gabby Petito, just way too much coverage of this white girl with BIPOC have to beg for coverage. Gabby Petito overshadowed Jelani Day's disappearance here. Absolutely. And I covered the Jelani Day case. He was just an amazing young man who was at college to become a doctor, and he hardly got no coverage. So many cases were unnoticed, because so many, YouTubers and things were focused on the Gabby Petito case. And that I understand, covering a case. I get that. But when you're covering the same case over and over and over again, why? There couldn't be any other reason why, except for once you start gaining that clout, that attention, the views, the money, that's all you think about. It turns into greed, in my opinion. Sammy got to interview all the kids at the party. Unheard of. Her parents are worth $8.5 million. That's a lot of money. But what does that have to, I don't understand. What does that have to do with anything? Exactly. I hate peas. Yep. All right. It's the same all over California, rich to poor, all mixed. Truckee is a resort town, so similar to Aspen. Martha's Vineyard and all resort vacation areas, so not all rich people, period. Like, I just don't understand what her being rich has, like, see, this is bad. This is really bad. Young kids like attention. She could be doing it for attention as well as dealing with the loss of her friend. I feel sorry for her. So do I. Yep, I put that there. And we have to remember, we are only seeing what they want us to see. There is so much we are not privy to. I agree with that. My daughter is 9 years old, and if my daughter asked me to hang out at a party that late, especially, I would be too scared. My daughter is my only one, and Lord knows, whoops, lost it. Lord knows how I would react. I wonder if. And I also don't think that it's fair to judge her as a mother either. And I'm not saying that you're doing that. Daughter and mama for lifers. I'm not saying that you are, but what I am saying is that we all want our kids to live and have fun. We don't expect those types of things to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like people are going too far with this. Sammy, she was partying, drinking after, but it reminded me. Recently, I saw a video of another girl drinking, laughing. She committed S after. The point was depression, grief shows differently. Exactly. It could be so many other things too, you guys. But then this happens. That's horrible. I can only imagine. If only she would have thought about the bigger situation and the what ifs, maybe she would have said no. to now see daughter and mama for life. Or see, I don't agree with this because you're judging her. You're judging her as a parent, in my opinion, because even though it's almost like you're insinuating if maybe she should have questioned, do you know that this woman is questioning herself? Do you know she probably questions herself every single minute of the day? Okay. She probably blames herself for this. She's probably every single day saying, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently. It's not fair for people to be adding on to that. I feel like people have been very unfairly treating her as a mother. I really do. Like, I understand that you have to read up. You missed a part here. Oh, did I miss a part? Okay. I understand that she is, and it's not even just pertaining to you. There's a lot of people who are unfairly judging the mother, and I don't think that's fair because everyone wants their kid to live. You don't think something like that's going to happen. She probably looked at her child as being responsible, and she wasn't thinking about what if this, what if that. She was just thinking, okay, my child is going and having fun. There's people who were sitting there judging her because she was sleeping before her child got home. Okay. We all have to remember what it's like to be a teenager. We all did the same things, but we're lucky that exactly. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. There are so many times I think about my mother waiting up for me. Okay. And mind you, my mom used to let me go out, but I had a child at home. Okay. I can't even think. Every time I think about all the times and all the risks that I've taken, it's horrible, you guys. Like, it could have happened to anyone. I 100% agree with that. I feel like she regrets this. You missed it, boo. I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. No, I don't think you're being rude. And it's not just pertaining to you, daughter of mama for lifers. I don't think it's just pertaining to you. I think it's a lot of people have judged this woman. Like, how could you go to sleep before your daughter even gets home? Why would you let your daughter? There's a lot of people who have been, saying some horrible things about her parenting. And I don't think that's fair either. Kylie was heading to college in a few weeks. I can understand the mom letting her go to the party, knowing that once in college, you have no idea what your kids are doing. Exactly. I let my daughter go and hang out with her friends. We have an open communication, and she knows she can call me no matter what. I don't think my kid would drink, but there's always a chance. We never know. You never know. This case really brings the discussion. Thank you, chat, for keeping it respectful. Yes, thank you, guys. I'm really happy. I'm happy that we're all being respectful towards one another, and I'm respectful to people, to other opinions. Okay. All I'm saying is that I don't think that it's fair to judge someone's parenting. Everyone has a different way of parenting. And we never think that these types of things are going to happen. We just don't. I raised 3 teenagers, and I don't think for 1 second they were always where they said they were. Absolutely. I can't tell you how many times I missed curfew. My mom was literally screaming and yelling at me. One time she threatened to even kick me out because she's like, listen, you don't know how it feels. She's like, wait until when your little guy gets older. And this is when I only had 1 kid and I was young. She's like, wait till he gets older and he says he's going to be at home at a certain time and he doesn't show up. She's like, you are literally, your heart's going to jump up in your throat. You're going to be so scared. She's like, you don't know how this feels. And we didn't, as teenagers, we didn't know how it felt. We thought that our parents were over exaggerating. We thought, oh my gosh, mom, just stop. But they're right. They're right. And there could be so many reasonings as to what happened. And I don't want to say this. I'm not saying I don't want to say it. I'm not saying that this is something that should be excluded either. Thinking critically, how do we know how sad she was? Maybe it was purposely. We just don't know. But I do think that it was an accident. I do. I lied my ass off as a teen, drank, smoked, snuck into bars, and so much more. Teens are stupid, and sometimes the worst happens, and it's awful. That's it, though. It's just an awful accident. Agreed. As someone who hung out with people who drank as a 17-year-old, I never wanted to drink, but I can also say this peer pressure is a thing. I didn't drink though. Peer pressure is a thing. I can't tell you. And that's what I can say about myself, that there are so many different drugs that I never tried because I was always too afraid to. But I definitely have done some really stupid, dumb things as a teenager. And when I think about how in the hell did I make it home, that's bad, you guys. That's bad. So I'm saying you never know as a parent. All we can do is trust that our kids are going to do the right thing. And I think with this situation, I think that it's something that was just an accident. I don't think it's fair to be just blaming her friend and blaming this person and that person because you just don't know. It's not fair to blame anyone without any solid proof. Trust me. I paced the floor when my kids didn't make curfew. I was ready to beat their butts, but happy they made it home safely. Absolutely. These kids are never going to be the same. These creators are continuing to talk about them, and these videos are going to follow them into their adult lives, and that is not fair to them. Amen. Here, I'm only going to be on here for a little bit longer. If anybody has anything to say, I think some people are more passionate about this than others. And I'm talking about more passionate about how creators continue to exploit this case. But I feel like, Victoria, you nailed it with this one. You nailed it 100%. And who else? Tammy, you nailed it as well. Like, it's just not fair. And this is something that's going to follow them for the rest of their lives. And nobody's thinking about that. Like this young lady, Sammy, I understand that people are very suspicious of her, but did you ever stop and think, this is a teenager. She is probably going through a hard time after just losing her friend. And then you have people walking around, creators pretending to be investigators, following her every move, her reactions to things, studying her behavior as if they are some psychologist, like behavior experts, things like that. It's just not right. It's not right. So if anybody does have something to say, I will open the panel. If you don't, that's okay too. But I do think that there are more people who are passionate about this than others. And in my opinion, I think people just need to start thinking about what's right when it comes to this whole situation and thinking about, I feel bad for this young lady who people are accusing of doing something, and I just don't understand why. That's what I would like to know. How do you know? And first of all, people get jealous of others. Like, growing up, there's always that one friend who may be jealous of you. For whatever reason, you may have a better life, whatever the situation is. You don't know that Kelly might have not been jealous of Sammy. You don't know these things. So all I'm saying is that how do you go from thinking that it's the boyfriend, and now for certain, people are saying that it's her friend, Sammy, and people are watching things that she does, what she's posting on YouTube, all these, like, what the how do you just take off with something like that? I can also say as a mom now, I am married and I have 3 children. Maybe she was just super upset and maybe she did something that me as a teenager tried to do. The big S. That's what I said. Fatima, I said that earlier. There's always that chance that something like that could have happened. And I think that's another thing that people aren't really thinking about. When things like this happen, some people just don't know how to think critically. And thinking critically is not about just obviously having a one-track mind. It could be a number of things. And I'm not saying 100% certain that it wasn't foul play, but in my opinion, watching the video of the car and then, you know, I just truly feel like it was a huge accident. However, there is a possibility that it might not have been an accident. What if she was sad? You know how many kids growing up, okay, because it's happened to a friend of a friend, when you are getting ready to go off to college to become an adult, you have this big life change, all of these life changing things happening in your life. It makes you depressed. You just never know what her thought process was at that time, especially being intoxicated. So I think people need to look at that too. It's not fair to just start blaming people. I couldn't imagine how this young lady, Sammy, feels that she's being blamed for her best friend's death. Some of y'all forget how it was to be a teenager. Teens do stupid stuff like drinking and driving. Their brains aren't fully formed yet. They don't process things the same as most adults. They don't. This is how freak accidents like this can happen. Unfortunately, teens don't think about consequences when they're living. Where'd that go? When they're living in that moment. Exactly. I know there's so many times that I didn't, and I just thank God that I'm still here. I thank God that I'm still here. That's all I can say, because there are so many times that these things could have happened to me. Any teenager. Alcohol causes extreme depression in some people. It does. I can also say pressure as a teen is hard. Parents, please be friends with your kids, not parents. Be parents when needed, but be their friend when needed. I agree. What I say to my children is, I'm your parent first, but I'm the bestest friend that you're ever going to have. You're not going to have a best friend like me, because I'm the one that's going to protect you and make sure that your best interest is always first. But I want my children to be able to come to me when they're having any kind of problems, or they're in a, depression, whatever the situation is. I want my kids to be able to come to me before they go to anybody else. And there are some kids who feel more comfortable talking to their friends. And sometimes your friends might not give you the best advice. And trust and believe that's happened to me many of times. Stick to the facts presented by L.E. Don't create your own narrative. That's my belief. Don't put out wrong information. I agree with that. Alcohol was involved. She was young and was under the influence. Her decision making was very distorted. That's what I'm saying. And I will still forever be that person that will say that there is that possibility that she may have did that on purpose at the moment. Who was it that I was watching? I think it was Gray's, what's his name? A true crime channel. I think he was the first to put out the footage of the car going into the water. It looked like it was happening really fast, but then there's some people saying that it was slow. Even if that was something that she may have done purposely, there's no second thought once you get into that water. And just like I remember Gray saying, even if she was to try to get out of that water, Gray Hughes, thank you so much, Kevin. Even if she was to try to get out, there's probably no way that she would have been able to. Thank you, Yaya. Yes. Even if she was to try to get out of it, like it's like it happened so fast. I feel horrible for her mother. I feel horrible for the people surrounded around her. I feel horrible for her friends. I just think that it's just something, a very unfortunate accident. And then you have so many people, so many creators covering this. And I feel like some have covered this with class, dignity, respect, and then most have just exploited this. If you've done over 20 videos about this young lady, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. And that I'm not policing anyone or anything like that. I will honestly say that even if the mother hadn't said anything, I would still have said something by now, right? But in the same sense, I feel like because the mother has very, very much been vocal about, listen, please stop, blah, 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 blah. I showed you her speech, what she said. You would think that most people would have more of a heart to say, look, I'm not going to cover this case anymore. However, if there's any updates, I will update everybody on what's going on. But that's not what people are doing. Child drunk, full panic, cold water, pitch dark, car is flipping as she's in full panic. It's pitch black. You're unconscious within 60 seconds, rarely can breathe, be held over a minute. Tragic accident. I agree. I think you're right. And still exploiting for views. Yeah, Gray Hughes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, you guys. Not to mention, some of these true crime creators really lack common sense. Then they have people who can't think for themselves spreading their theories. Some stuff is really far-fetched. I agree. Has toxology come back yet? Because we don't know for sure if she was even impaired. Exactly. I don't even think the I think it has, but I don't think that it has been released to the public. That's what I heard. That's the difference between class and trash. Amen, Felony Melanie. And even if her clothes were partially off, that could result from the force of the accident. Yeah. Y'all know what you're talking about. I ain't got to say shit. You know, I'm listening to all of you guys, and I feel like there's not much that you can say, you guys. I think if more people would voice their opinion about this, maybe more people would listen. However, when you have so many people who are willing to watch and who are willing to click that subscribe button and give these creators views that continuously exploit this case, it's not going to stop. The only thing that you can do is be vocal and say, hey, this is wrong. You know, like, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But in the same sense, it's not a mistake anymore, or there's no excuse for it if you're constantly doing it, even after the mother has respectfully asked people to stop. And I know that there are some people who think, well, to me, it's not an excuse to say, well, she asked everybody to get involved. Okay, she asked everybody to get involved when her daughter couldn't be found. Once she was found, okay, and I think in her mother's heart, I really do feel she thinks it was an accident. I think in her heart she feels, and mothers just know. Mothers have that intuition that nobody else has. So I think that she truly, deeply feels that this was an accident. And of course, she can stay off of YouTube and never watch it again. But in my opinion, she shouldn't have to. She should be able to go on YouTube and not see 200 videos, you know, even if she doesn't type in her daughter's name. She should be able to do that. So I just feel like I understand that, you know, we're all trying to find a way to make it here on YouTube. We're all trying to find a way to be successful here on YouTube. Unfortunately, most people who want that, they want it quick. It's just the truth. That's how I feel. We all want to have that very viral video, that successful video, and it happens to some and to others it doesn't. However, I look at it like the right people are always going to find you. But the right people aren't going to find you as a creator by covering the same case over and over again. It's just, that's not how it happens. Because what's going to happen is that another case is going to come along, and then they're going to go off to that next creator or that next creator. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay with you as a creator. They just might like the fact that you are feeding their interest on all of these conspiracy theories that people are discussing about this particular case. But when you get to a point, no, patience is not something that a lot of YouTubers have. I think it's hard because people look at other YouTubers that have millions of subscribers and they think that shit is easy, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Jackie Ayanna didn't get to where she's at by sitting on her ass. She got to where she's at because she worked her ass off, and she worked her ass off extra hard because she's a Black woman, and it's harder for Black creators to thrive here on YouTube. So when you think about even people like Stephanie Harlow, and I feel like she's one of my favorites true crime creators, she worked her ass off to get to where she is. And it takes time. And she sure as hell didn't do it by covering the same case over and over and over again. And then you have people like 10 to Life. Like I said, I like some of Annie's coverage, but in the same sense, you can't sit there and judge other people by them doing 8 to 10 hour live streams, because your ass used to do the same thing when the whole Sophie Long case was going on. Your ass was right there on live streams with the glare, giving information about the Sophie Long case, and you were 100% in it to a point that you had to retract statements. Okay, so you were there too. Now, we all learn from our mistakes, but it doesn't come easy being a YouTuber. You have to work hard, and if you continue to work hard and try your best to be consistent and be loyal to your supporters, just like your supporters are loyal to you, and transparent with your supporters, you will get to where you're going to be, and you will be successful. I would say that's guaranteed success. But when you're trying to find success the easy way by exploiting a young girl, a minor, sorry, you guys, exploiting a young girl, a minor, it's not going to get you anywhere. It may get you somewhere for the moment, but it ain't going to get you somewhere long term. It's just not. And I promise you that. You're killing it, Teaya, here on YouTube. Thank you, Victoria. You're so sweet. You're such a sweet, beautiful person. Teaya will be the one. Teaya will be one of those creators soon, I know. Thank you, Rianne. You're so sweet. I regret not having kids until I read and hear about them being exploited like this poor girl. I know, stranger. I know. Plus, I've seen Annie put out wrong information. Yes, I said that earlier, Commander, because she did a video saying that they had found Kelly, I'm sorry, they found her car, everything. And then that wasn't even true. And she literally deleted the video without even retracting her statement. Like, people didn't notice. Girl, bye. We noticed it. Like I said, I like Annie. I like some of her coverage, but don't talk about others and doing live streams, doing videos. Let me tell you something. I don't know why some of these creators think that they're better because they do videos compared to live streaming. But here's the thing. In my opinion, it's harder to do live streams than it is videos. You want to know why? Because live streams is very unpredictable. It's very unpredictable. It's very spontaneous. You never know what's going to happen. And you have to engage with your audience, and you have to do, you have to be entertaining in order to keep your audience engaged. When you do videos, yes, doing videos is hard work and editing is hard work, but so is live streaming. So don't try to sit there and make it seem like live streaming is just this, it's not as professional as videos, blah, 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 blah. The only difference between live streaming and videos is that you can edit videos. You can edit mistakes in videos. You can't do that in live streams. Well, you can, but you'll lose the chat and all that kind of stuff. You'll lose the engagement. So all I'm saying is that when you do videos, it doesn't mean that it's any less exploitative than doing live streams. There's people who do live streams for 10, 15 hours at a time, and there's people who do 5 videos in a day. There's no difference. Teaya, people should educate themselves on law and procedures before taking cases. They sound stupid. Also, LE would not schedule a conference 2 months away if there was a homicide. Common sense. I don't think people think like that, Hawk. Hooked on phonics works for me. I don't think people think like that, though. You know, some people, and you're right, it does. It takes common sense, but I just don't think people have that type of common sense sometimes. Teaya, white girls talking about other white girls. There are more stories than that, just a thought. That's true, Tammy. Good night, the best mama bear. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. But I'll be on here earlier tomorrow, though, you guys. Remember, Molly, Laura, Bullhorn, Betty, Dolly are not true crime. They are crama. It's drama and crime. They get nothing right ever. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Crama. They are not true crime. They're not a true crime. I'm sorry. I would never in a million years look at Megamouth as true crime. Okay, she's not true crime. She never knows what the hell she's talking about. Going to somebody's house and running a damn mouth, okay, that is not true crime. You see Stephanie Harlow doing that shit? No. She's not professional. She has no class whatsoever. She can never be a real true crime channel, even if she wanted to, even if she paid someone to make her look professional. She still wouldn't look professional, okay? She never could do it because all she is bullshit drama, and she'll continue to be drama and trying to get money out of people's pockets. That's what she does. Just my opinion. Crama. Never allow this channel to fall down that steep trap. No. For one, this is not a true crime channel. This is a commentary channel. Sometimes makeup every now and then, but it's more of a true crime on Thursdays. That's the fuck it. I would never ever. True crime is, I say kudos to every creator that does true crime because it's hard, and it's hard to keep that professionalism. And I give my credit to a lot of true crime channels out there, but I can never do it because it would be hard to be diving deep into these cases and, you know, writing the scripts, and it's not easy. I'm still learning, just doing it on Thursdays. So, no. I would never claim to be a true crime channel ever. Stephanie Harlow has worked hard and doesn't tolerate nonsense. No, she does not. No, she doesn't. She actually used to work with, I think, John Crimes, and he praises her all the time. Well, Megamouth is straight gutter trash. She has no class. And lacks moral compass. Amen. You guys are funny. No, I would never be that person. That commentary, I guess, can be considered technically as drama, but commentary is commentary. It's just literally you giving your opinion about things. That's it. That's all it is. Or calling out creators or holding them accountable for being, you know, nasty, vile pieces of shit. And we all know who those people are. I don't know very much about Bullhorn Betty. I don't know about her except for she came into my chat and tried to demand that I not do commentary on one of Burnt Toast's videos. I'm like, girl, bye. Don't ever fucking come in here and tell me what I can and can't do. But I did hear a lot about her and how she exploits cases as well. Why does no one talk about all these wrongful convictions? Now that's where the tea is at. That's true. I'll have to look into that. Do you watch her other channel with Derek? I love his and Stephanie's chemistry with cases. No, I don't. I'll have to watch. I may have watched one time though, because he is like a former like FBI, or was he a cop or something, or a detective? I think I know what you're talking about. Commentary isn't drama, really depends. You're right. Commentary is just giving, it can turn into drama though, because when you do commentary, I don't mind if people do commentary on me, but, or, you know, do a video on me. I don't care about that. But if they are hypocritical and they are being biased, because no matter what, if someone is right, even if I don't like them, I'm going to say that they're right. But then you have some people who lack intelligence and don't know how to do that. They don't know how to think critically. And if they don't like someone, they're always going to put the blame on that person because they don't know how to look at things for what they are. You know what I'm saying? But if you're being hypocritical and you're the type of person that used to do the same exact thing I do, or call out the same exact person I do, but then when I do it, I'm wrong. You do it, it's okay. No, I won't tolerate that. So if you're going to do commentary on me, you better get ready for me to do it about you. If you're worth me talking about. Let's put it that way. If you're not worth me talking about, I'm not going to talk about you, because some people only talk about you for clout. Molly taught BHB and Olivia how to scam for money on YouTube. There's a video out there. Oh, I bet. She's the ultimate e-begging scammer trash bucket. The repo man is taking the neighbor's car right now. They're going to be pissed. No, Derek is a long-winded how explain something and take 7 minutes straight and stops. The whole narration is too much. Derek, who is Derek? Suggestion for topic: makeup tips for mature women. I like makeup, but I need help. Absolutely, Orion. That's actually a good idea. Hey, the Real Rant Room. How are you? It's good to see you. BHB and Olivia told the teens to contact him and give them info, and they wouldn't give it to parents or LE. Wow. That's just, people don't know. I just don't think people know how to be decent when they're making money. I just don't. I think people, once you start making that type of money, you just want to keep going and going and going. Especially like when it's coming to exploiting children. I don't see how you can. I don't see how anyone can just keep going and talking about the same thing, knowing that the parents have respectfully said, please stop. Ryan Upchurch is proof that it doesn't take true talent to make money. He's a straight up scammer. I agree with that, Tammy. I know there's some people who like him, but I don't. I've heard him say the N-word a couple times. I have no respect for that man. None. Fix this. It never turns out perfect. He was a cop, then he went BB, then he got... So he was a detective. He's a retired detective. I love that channel also. They created a coffee company together. Criminal. Wow, that's awesome. I was looking at Ryan Upchurch's music videos, and he has the Confederate flag all in the videos. That's what I'm saying. I have heard that he is very, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about him because then it's going to come into a whole new different subject, and we'll have to save that for a different time. I don't care for him though. Something ain't right about him. The same people who hate family channels love these true crime exploiters. Yeah, talk about being hypocritical. When Molly, Olivia, Betty went to Tennessee, Olivia's mom did all the cooking for the team. On a live, Molly told Olivia, "Don't be jealous, your mom serves me more." She's so stupid. I'm sorry. I just don't like her. I'm not here for the Confederate flag in 2022. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Amen. Amen. I've never watched any of his videos, so I wouldn't know, but I did hear him say the N-word. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, if he's going to say the N-word constantly, I know some people think that saying the N-word isn't. I'm sorry. You should not be saying that word at all. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Lanky. You guys are so sweet. Yes, get some rest, Lanky. We're going to be wrapping this up, so you're not going to miss much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. You're beautiful, Victoria. Exactly what a racist would say. Yeah. Yeah, and the Confederate flag in 2022, I'm going to go ahead and say no. But love you, sweetheart. Love that hair color on you. Pretty for real. For fall. Thank you, not another housewife. Let me tell you guys, I'm going to have not another housewife come up on the panel one day. We did not used to like each other. I remember one time, and you guys don't know this person, so I'm not even going to say her name because we don't want to say her name. We don't like her. But I remember this person that she used to be cool with that I couldn't stand me. And she's like, what did she say? What did you say that one time? I think you said something like, Teaya can go ahead and keep doing her little drama over there while people drool over her or something like that. She said, I'm like, that fucking bitch. I'm like, well, I didn't even do nothing to her. But now she's like, it's just shows you guys I've changed. I've changed over the years. People change. People's views change. People become more mature. They look at things differently. And she is one of those people. And so am I. Like, she's one of those people that look at things in a different way than she would have necessarily maybe a year ago. She may still have some of the same views when it comes to certain things, but then when it comes to a lot of other things, she's very much open and honest about things. And she is very open about the fact, wow, I've definitely made some mistakes back in the day. Not many people can do that. Not many people can reflect. Not many people can look at themselves in the mirror and say, that could use some changing, or that could use some changing. I do, but not many people can. So I just appreciate her for who she is. And I'm just happy that we came to a better place, to a better understanding about things. And I'm not saying that she had to change any of her views, but she acknowledges things that she has done wrong and she owns them. She takes ownership. And so many creators don't do that. They just don't. They won't go back and say, you know what, I was wrong for doing that. Or you know what, I shouldn't have never did it that way. I should have did it another way. I have. If I do something wrong, I will admit I did this wrong. I shouldn't have handled it this way. So I respect her because of that. Gonna read some more. I don't understand the whole Confederate flag thing. They lost. Oh gosh. Yes, she's amazing. No, I'm gonna like have us do a panel one day. I'm gonna message her and we'll work that out because I think our commentary is different, but kind of the same in a lot of ways. So I think I want it to be something that we can do commentary on that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yes, it was a rough start for us, but we got through it. The Confederate flag in the Ryan generation had a different meaning then than it did 40 years ago. It stood for rebel freedoms and fun. He made a video about it a few years ago. Well, in my opinion, there's a whole that's a different story. That's a different story for another day. If you guys want to talk about him another day, we can. X Sparkle, you didn't read my comment right. Said Ryan said in his generation and time growing up, the flag held a different meaning for him. He didn't grow up thinking race, his words and opinions. That right? I was too, not another housewife. I was being just as bitchy. I think we both were. I don't necessarily agree with that. Hooked on phonics works for me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've heard a lot of people say that the Confederate flag was a different meaning. To me, that's just an excuse because the Confederate flag has never been a different meaning. I mean, I guess for some people it may be, but for the majority, it means the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? I just feel like people use that as an excuse. I can't tell you how many people have said, oh, the Confederate flag had a different meaning. There was never a different meaning for the Confederate flag. Agreed. That would be a good topic for you to talk about. I have heard that a lot too. I know. Isn't my opinion, Teaya. I'm telling you what he grew up with in representation. And I understand what you're saying. And I'm saying that I feel like you said he did a video about it. I will maybe do a video about it myself and I'll watch the video that he did. But I feel like the majority of people who still use the Confederate flag, that's to me an excuse. And I don't like to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it right now. But what I will say is that most people who have used the Confederate flag, they've used it for that meaning. There is no different meaning for it. My racist ass cousin said that same shit about the Confederate flag, and her ass is still racist. I'm from the South, and they say other countries get to keep their flag when they lose. So we should too. The problem is, isn't it a different country? And it's offensive to so many people. That's what I'm saying. I think I just feel like there isn't a different meaning. It's the same meaning. And I think some people look at that meaning and try to turn it into a different one as if it's some kind of excuse. And they use that as an excuse. I didn't say the flag had a different meaning. He didn't grow up under that racist representation to younger generations. I didn't have that meaning. He got called out on it years ago. But here's the thing, though, too. There's been many times where he's been very vocal about saying the N-word. No excuse is a sign of hate. It offends. Excuse me. It offends. And that's all. These are the people that need to do so anti-racist work. My family is from the deep South. The people who fly that flag are ignorant, racist people that do not like people that aren't white. It's a symbol of racism. Anything else is an excuse. Right? And that's how I look at it. I remember one time I was going to a friend's house and my mother pulled into her driveway and there was a Confederate flag. And my mom pulled right out of that driveway because she said, because where my friend lived was far away from where we lived. And she's like, listen, if it was closer to us, I would maybe consider it, but probably wouldn't. But because this is so far away, what if something happens to you and I'm not here? I'm sorry, but I feel like that only has one meaning. And the thing is that he has said the N-word so many times to a point where, in my opinion, he knows what that meaning is, and it's not a representation of anything else except for racism, in my opinion. But everybody has their own opinion, and that's okay. But I don't think that I feel like that's an excuse. I never represent a flag that had any history with race. I don't care how. Exactly. I didn't know about the flag when I lived in Florida. When I got old enough to know, I never ever had anything with the flag again. Absolutely. I agree with you too. I'm just telling what Ryan said the flag meant to him. Yeah, and I can understand, but I think he knows what that flag means. Well, great discussion, you guys. I am well, nobody would ever admit that they're racist. And here's how I have to look at it. And here's how we all have to look at it. Okay. He is, in my opinion, because he has said the N-word, I could never excuse him having a Confederate flag. I think, in my opinion, I seriously don't think that he is a good creator. I don't think he's a good person, but that's my opinion, and we're all entitled to it. So I feel like let's just drop it. Let's not talk about it anymore because we're not talking about him right now. We're talking about Kelly, and people need to quit exploiting her, and we can save this for another time. I don't mind having this conversation, but let's talk about it another time. Okay. So here's what I will say. For all the creators who are talking about this case, I just ask that you be a little bit more mindful of be a little bit more mindful that this is technically a child who is now gone. It is a very, very sad story, and it's probably a mother's worst nightmare to be in that position where all you do is just let your child, go out to have some fun, have fun with friends, and she goes to that party and doesn't come home. It's a horrible, horrible situation for anybody to be in, any parent. It's a situation that I pray every night that I'm never in. And now the pieces of the puzzle are pretty much together now. There's nothing else more to pick apart unless you make it that way, because even the police have actively said, look, this was just a very, very unfortunate accident. And to continue talking about it over and over and over again and doing videos about it, I get it. It's a wonderful feeling to gain subscribers. Yes, change the subject, please. Over, done with. Listen, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, okay? We all have different opinions about Ryan Upchurch. I personally think that he is if you're saying the N-word and proudly saying it to me, you're racist. That's just my opinion. But in the other stance, we can talk about that, but we're not talking about that now. We're talking about something completely different. Let's not take away from this. Let's keep on subject here. Okay. So what I will say is, if you can, I understand that there are people who have gained how many, I'm not sure why people can't accept it was an accident. Right. So here's the thing. There are people who have gained a lot of subscribers with this, lots of super chats, lots of members. That is, I get it. It's a wonderful feeling to feel like, oh gosh, look at how many super chats I'm getting. Look at how, oh my gosh, I've gained like 10,000 subscribers off talking about this. Okay, I get it. But all of that financial gain and gaining subscribers, is it worth it? Is it worth it that from now on, when people go to your channel and look at your channel, the only thing that they're going to see is you covering the same young lady over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Is that how you want to be taken as a YouTuber? Is that how you want people to look at you as a YouTuber? And if you think people are going to take you seriously, you're wrong. You're wrong, because I get it. I understand that it's hard to look at things, because when you're gaining that much and you are gaining notoriety, people are starting to know who you are. You're getting pushed through the algorithm, you're getting all these super chats, you're gaining all of these subscribers. That's success to you. So you're looking at it like it's success, but really it's not. Because if you're covering the same person and gaining success, a child that's a minor and that's no longer here and who passed away from an unfortunate accident, even if you don't think it was an accident, the respectable thing to do would just be to stop talking about it. And if, because you're not helping the case by doing 8-hour live streams, that's not helping. So let's just say if the police were to change their mind and say, no, we think this is foul play. Do you think that you're the one who changed that? You're not the one who changed that. Do you think the police are going by what YouTubers say? No, they're not. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that, just like me talking about Stephanie Harlow or Kendall Ray, two very successful YouTubers, true crime channels. And every day they're covering a different case, or once a week, twice a week, whatever, they're covering a different case. And yes, it may have taken them a long time to get to where they are, but they did it with pride. They did it with dignity, and they did it with respect, and respect for families. Covering the same case over and over again, where is that going to get you once that case stops? Once it's over and it's done with, and there's nothing more that you can talk about. Going live and regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again, I think that at some point, you should be able to say when enough is enough is. You should be able to rely on your content enough to know that you will succeed without talking about one person, right? You're not thinking about the children. I don't want to say children, but these are a young woman who is being stalked, harassed, getting death threats because people are accusing her of having something to do with one of her best friends' deaths with no proof. All speculation. There's zero proof to back up why you think she has something to do with it. All speculation. She's jealous. She's this, she's that. That's not fair to do that. I don't care if she is 18 and technically considered an adult. She's not an adult. She's still technically a teenager. And that's not fair to walk around and accuse this young lady of having anything to do with it with zero proof. And this is something that's going to follow her for the rest of her life. Okay, when she gets an adult, these videos are still going to be out there of people critiquing her and studying her behavior and saying that, oh, look at how she's acting here and look at what she said there, and evaluating that every word that comes out of her mouth. That's not fair. Would you want something like that done to your child? People need to quit using people and exploiting families, victims, okay? Exploiting people for your own financial gain. Okay? I don't care if you're covering adults, and even if you were covering an adult that happened to lose their life in this way, even if Kelly was an adult, that still doesn't justify having 100 videos of the same case over and over and over again, regurgitated shit over and over and over again. At some point, it has to stop. You have to know when to stop. My heart and prayers go out to the family, to her mother, who has begged and pleaded with people to please stop talking about this, to please stop making speculation, rumors, gossip. This is someone's life. This isn't about gossip, you guys. This is about a 16-year-old minor child that made a mistake that cost her her life. Cost her her life. All they see is dollar signs. I agree. All you see is dollar signs. All you see is subscribers. But here, you will get your karma for this. And you're not going to like the outcome of it. I do agree that there are some people who may be doing it out of the kindness of their heart. But once you're doing it over and over and over again, you're not doing this out of kindness. You're not doing this because you genuinely care and you're passionate about this. You're doing this for one reason and one reason only, and it's for your own personal gain. However, if YouTubers weren't involved, they may have not found Kelly's car and remains for who knows how long since police and FBI searched and missed it. AWP is a YouTuber. I don't necessarily have a problem with AWP. I think it's amazing that they chose to go and help with this case. However, I do not agree with them turning it into a trailer as if it's some kind of event or something. I don't like that. I do agree that in the beginning of YouTubers talking about this case, they brought awareness to it. There are things that the cops did that wasn't necessarily the best situation that they could have done. I don't think it was the best investigative work ever. No, there's things that the cops missed. However, to still be talking about this case, how is that helping the police now? It's not. Obviously, they helped in the beginning. You're right. I agree with that. But to continuously talk about the same case, how is that helping now? What some creators don't realize is what will they do when there is nothing left to talk about regarding Kelly. That's all their subs want to see. They're putting themselves in a box. I agree. If you remember a long time ago, Not Another Housewife, when I wasn't getting along with this one creator who I can't stand the woman, but I figured out who she was. She's a true racist through and through. She's a horrible person. And for a while there, I found myself talking about her, And there's nothing wrong. I feel like when it comes to adults, and if you want to cover the same person every day, that's your thing, if that's what you want to do. But just realize, and I realize this myself, okay? When you're talking about the same person, people are going to come to your channel to listen to you talk about that person. If you're talking about the same person every day, people are going to come to your channel only to hear you and expect you to talk about that person. And there might be some subscribers that will stay. Okay. When it comes to true crime, though, it's different. But I'm talking about when you're doing commentary constantly about the same person, you are putting yourself inside a box. Okay. However, how I look at it like this. If I'm talking about Megamouth and I'm talking about her for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, that still doesn't mean that she's the only person that I'm going to talk about. However, there are people who are going to come to my channel specifically for me to hear me talk about her. However, then when I move on to the next person, people are going to be like, I don't want to hear it. Then other more right people will find you and they'll want to hear you talk about that. So that's why you have to talk about people different. You can't continuously focus on the same person unless you want your channel to be that way. But when it comes to true crime, that's different because you can only talk about a case for so long. But if a problematic creator is here on YouTube doing the same damn thing, same patterns over and over and over again, if you want to make your channel about them, you can. And you can gain success, but you're still in a box. You still have to equally do commentary about problematic things here on YouTube, not just one person. And I always say that to myself. Okay, when I'm done talking about Megamouth, which I'm not done yet, but when I'm done talking about her, I'm going to move on to somebody else. Okay, just like I was talking about Without a Crystal Ball, I moved on to somebody else who's problematic. Then I move on to somebody else and somebody else. You can't continue to just talk about the same person over and over and over again. That's Molly with fun. Same thing over and over. That's why I can't watch her anymore. And I'm sure others feel that way. Yeah, I mean, that's her cash cow right now. That's why she continuously talks about it. But what I'm saying to these creators that's talking about this specific case is it's kind of different with true crime, because once a case is over, it's over. Are you still going to continue to keep talking about it? You can only talk about it for so long. And I feel like you don't want your channel to just be based solely on one case, right? So I understand why creators choose to talk about this case. It's obviously something that everybody, has talked about, mostly every true crime channel, but the respectable true crime channels, they talked about it a few times and they moved on to the next case. And then if there was any updates, then they would go back to the case and give updates. Giving updates is not the same thing as going live every single night for 8 hours to 10 hours to 12 hours, just repeating the same thing over and over again. So I look at it like this. I hope that maybe some creators will stop talking about it, but as long as people are watching, nobody's going to stop talking about it. As long as they're gaining, revenue, money, whatever, clicks, views, they're still going to talk about it. But just know that is nothing but your karma. Karma will come back and bite you when they ask for this, because this is a very sensitive case. This is a young minor child. And when the mother goes as far as to say, please stop, you should respect her wishes. Okay? It's everybody has their own channel. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do on their channel. But just know you're open to criticism when you do those types of things on your channel. There's not enough context for them to only give updates. Exactly. You can't do updates because there hasn't been any updates. People were continuously talking about this, like, as if it's all it is just speculation over and over and over again. Conspiracy theories over and over and over again. That's just how I feel. And I know other people feel differently. I will look deeper into the case to see if there's anything that may be suspicious, but I'm not gonna do that to an 18-year-old kid. I'm sorry. An 18-year-old is still a kid to me. It's not fair that people are bothering this young lady. I just don't think it's right. And the more you talk about it, and the more you talk of watching this young lady, oh, this is suspicious, and what she said in this interview is suspicious, the more you are contributing to people calling this young lady, harassing her, saying horrible things about her, okay, trying to harass her family. That is wrong to me. I think it's immoral. I just don't like it at all. I feel Kelly's family, and the thing is, they jumped to foul play immediately. I feel like they want these cases to be foul play. I agree. Absolutely. Such a relief. I was worried for them because she is garbage. I wonder why Megamouth hasn't picked it. Well, I think she hasn't picked it up because nobody wants to work with her. That person made a good point when they said that this will be on the internet forever about these kids, and it's so sad. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is something that's going to follow these kids for life. And like I said, I understand that people think she's an adult, but in my opinion, she's not an adult. She's still a teenager. She's still 18. You got people talking about her. She's getting death threats. And all the while, she's grieving the loss of a friend. People just have zero empathy. They just have zero empathy, zero morals, zero respect. And it's just disgusting to me. Okay? It's not fair to accuse this young lady of anything without any solid proof. And nobody has that. It's all speculation. Oh, why is she 18 hanging around with these young kids? You know how many younger kids have hung around with somebody who's 18 years old? Come on now. Come on. Like, no. I have hung out with 21-year-olds. It's not necessarily the best thing, but it doesn't mean that it's anything sinister behind it. Symone, can I request a teal eye look? I think you'd rock it. Absolutely. I do those sometimes, but I like more warm tone colors. But I definitely will do that. Yeah, plus they were in the same grade despite the age gap. Right. But you got people saying, what was she doing hanging? Like, come on, guys, you're reaching. You just keep reaching for it. And I feel like you're reaching a little bit too far. And that's where it comes to people constantly speculating, constantly talking, and you're speculating to keep it going. You're making all of these, speculations because you want to keep talking about it. You want to keep talking about the same damn thing over and over again. And I feel like it's just very unfair. The fact that she's going to have to live with this for the rest of her life. And now she has people who are harassing her because they think she had something to do with it. Okay. So now not only is she grieving the loss of a friend, but now they think it's wrong. It's wrong, you guys. I remember when I was 18, Lord, if my mama knew exactly, oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about all the shit that I did. Okay. We'd be here for hours and hours. Like, no. But you guys are absolutely amazing. Cold remedy: two teaspoons of ACV, 1 teaspoon of honey, a teaspoon of fresh lemon. You'll have to send that to me, Kisme. But in my recent post, you made a comment, Kisme, and I commented back because I had just got notified of that post. So make sure you read it, okay? But yeah, you guys, this is ridiculous. All I can say is I'm not judging anybody. I understand this is YouTube and everybody wants success. I get it, but this is not the right way to do it. And I feel horrible. This is not a damn Lifetime movie. Amen. Amen. I feel horrible for her mother, and I feel like that was very courageable for her to ask people respectfully to stop. And I know that most people won't, because when you're earning money and clicks and views, it's addicting in itself, and you become very greedy. So even if it could touch one person, I hope that it does. But I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys listening to what I have to say. I agree, Carly. I agree with that. Times are different now from when we were their age. There is way more crazy stuff in the world. I agree with that too. Definitely a lot bigger, more peer pressure than it was back. More peer pressure to different, like, narcotics, drugs that didn't even exist when we were younger. So yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I really truly feel like she's a mother who is questioning herself every night of the things that she could have done differently. And then you have the whole world judging her. I think that was very courageous of her to talk about this and to be able to ask people to respectfully stop. And to those who haven't, all I can say, I'm sorry, is shame on you. I hope that eventually you do stop. And if you don't stop, at least stop accusing innocent people. And maybe they're not innocent. Maybe they are. It's not your place to even talk about that. You're not police. You're not professionals. You're just YouTubers doing live streams based on speculation and conspiracy theories. And I'm all for conspiracy theories, but not at the expense of a young child who lost her life. That's all I have to say. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I probably will talk about this again. I'm not saying that this is the last time I talk about it, because I just don't think people will ever stop talking about this. But I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys interacting and giving your opinion about this. Your opinion means a lot to me. This was a hard live to listen to. I'm sorry, I only commented a little bit. My son was supposed to be born today, and I wouldn't I wouldn't have been turning 30. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you're in our prayers, Care Bear. And I hope that you find comfort, and I pray that you find comfort. And if you need someone to talk to, you can always reach out to me. My email is in the about section. It's a shame the way they attack. And that poor woman, they really need to get a life. Leave her alone. I agree. Thank you, Felony Melanie. Thank you, Rianne. I appreciate you. And thank you guys all for being here and for giving your input. I will see you guys tomorrow, and tomorrow should be interesting. So hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to do an open panel. I might do an open panel tomorrow, though. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys all being so respectful and being respectful in the comment section. And now I know what another topic can be. And I will definitely look into Ryan, what's Upchurch? I will definitely look into him, and maybe we'll do that sometime this week, or we'll talk about him, because I see that there's some people that are very, very passionate about him. So maybe we will. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. There's honor in silence. And Truckee, did you know that that's what they say? Lindsay has never thanked those who found. How do you know she hasn't thanked them? Are you sure that she hasn't thanked the police? Are you sure that she hasn't thanked AWP? How do you know these things if you're not there? So, I mean, I'm not saying that she has. I'm just trying to look at things critically. How do you know she hasn't? If you're not there, how do you know? Why? Because she didn't thank them publicly? Does that mean that she may not have thanked them privately? So all I'm saying is just cut these people some slack. Her name is Lindsay. That's her name. Cut her some slack. Okay. You don't know who she's thanked because you're not with her 24/7. You don't know if she's thanked the police. You don't know if she's thanked. She attacked AWP. Well, we'll have to talk about that another day. I've never heard her attack AWP. However, I do think that it was very distasteful for AWP to do like a trailer of finding Kelly's body. I don't agree with that at all. But I do think that it's awesome that they were, they did great work by being able to find her body. I do think that that's amazing, but I don't think that it's right that they did a trailer about it. Facts and everything doesn't have to be done on a public platform. Exactly. How do you know that she didn't thank them though? You don't know because you're not there. She was upset with AWP because she found out about Kelly being found unalive. Exactly. Maybe she didn't want that. Maybe she didn't want her daughter to be found on a live stream. And even though they found her, how do you know she didn't thank them? AWP did not inform her prior to the release of finding Kylie's. That's messed up. That is messed up. She should be the first to know. The family should be the first to know. I respect AWP because of the work that they do, but I really do feel like in a lot of ways, some of the things that they did when it comes to the Rodney case was very distasteful. Very distasteful. So maybe that's why she didn't. You have to understand, you guys, she's at a very, very vulnerable place right now. The woman just lost her daughter in an unfortunate car accident. So therefore, of course, her mindset is not where it should be. And all her mindset is at is, please just let my daughter rest in peace. Yeah, okay, our mom has attacked them. She has thanked LE publicly. Why not do AWP at same time? You got to be careful with you too. A lot of dangerous people out here and crazy. They're not in their right minds. Good night, sweetie. Thank you, Carly. Okay, so maybe she forgot to thank them. It happens. There's been many times that I forget to thank people. It doesn't have to mean anything malicious behind that. Cut her some slack. Yes, you're right, Carly. I mean, I'm always going to express my opinion. There's not much that they can do. That's the problem. If people are going to get all worked up over simply expressing your opinion about something, then you need to do some serious soul searching. You need to get the fuck off the internet. Because she doesn't have to. She's a grieving mother. It's nice they found her, but why does she have to thank them publicly when they couldn't even inform her of things beforehand? That's what I'm saying. That, like, you guys are looking at things way too it's way too one track right now. The woman just lost her daughter. Cut her some slack. Everybody makes mistakes. It does not mean she's not thankful for the work that people have done, the volunteer work, the things that YouTubers have done. The point is that not everyone is in that mindset where they remember everything. She was probably nervous when she was talking. You guys are being too hard on her. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I still hear people like commenting on her parenting. Why was she asleep when her daughter wasn't even home? Why would she let her daughter go? Like, you guys, this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. We all as parents make mistakes. Okay? Being a parent doesn't come with a book of instructions. You guys are really being hard on someone who made a mistake. Okay? She made a mistake. She probably shouldn't have let her daughter go, but she did because she was trying to give her daughter freedom. She was trying to let her daughter have a good time. She was very close with her daughter, had a great relationship with her daughter. I don't understand why it always has to come to this, why the parent has to be blamed. To a grieving mother. This is absolutely crossing the line. No one deserves this. No one does. And people are literally walking around blaming this mother as if she wasn't a good parent just because she let her daughter go to a party. We all make mistakes as parents. We all wish we could do things differently as parents. Does that mean that she should be crucified for this? She should be crucified for not saying thank you. She should be crucified because she let her daughter go to a party and didn't question her enough. She should be crucified because she wasn't because she didn't ask her daughter enough questions. She needs to be crucified because she fell asleep before her daughter got home. You're judging her parenting. You're judging because she didn't say thank you to someone. All of this judgment is unfair and unwarranted. I hope you people know that. You people forget that this is a grieving mother. You people forget that this mother literally just lost her daughter. She should not be blamed for any of this right now. What she should be is prayed for, okay? Because she's already blaming herself, you guys. She doesn't need you guys blaming her. She's already blaming herself for this shit. So just stop. Like I said, when you are grieving, you blame yourself for a lot of things. I still to this day blame myself for some of the things that happened, that went down with my mom. This is absolutely ridiculous. You're making it worse and it needs to stop. Also, the GoFundMe so-called reward and changed day before AWP turned up. Changed to for the family, not refund donors who specifically donated for the reward. Small minds all over social media ignore them. We embrace love and respect in this community. No. All I can say, you guys, is please give this woman some empathy. Okay? Everybody deserves empathy. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. You don't know what this woman is going through, and grieving is literally the worst thing that you could ever go through, and this is something that she is going to be blaming herself for forever. Forever. No one is in a position to criticize this woman for her parenting, for her decision making. Nobody. Because at the end of the day, the same very people who are judging her and criticizing her parenting are the same very people who don't even have kids, probably. I'm just saying. Mom shouldn't be blamed. You can't predict the future. Amen. I'm not blaming him. I'm raising questions about things that aren't. No. I'm sorry. What is it? Boz? UK? You're judging this mother. I don't know what else you would call it but that. You're sitting here saying it's wrong that she didn't think this LE. It's wrong that she didn't do this. It's wrong that she didn't do that. I'm sorry. You may not see it that way, but this is how I see it. You're not raising questions. And to be honest, you shouldn't be raising questions either. At least give her time to grieve before you start raising all these questions. And how are these questions, okay? What are these questions doing to help her? The grieving mother, her parents, the family. How is that helping her? That's not doing anything but making the whole situation worse. How is it helping? So, crucifying her, criticizing her because she forgot to thank someone, is that really necessary? What's the point of raising that question for? Now you're talking about the GoFundMe. Of course, that always has to come up with every situation. The GoFundMe, something happened with that. Like, just stop. People, you need to stop. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying that she did everything right, but at least give her the common courtesy to grieve. To grieve. I don't need a full overview. I could watch it, the full overview 50,000 million times and I still would have this same answer. Let her grieve. There is nothing worse, and I'm going to leave it at this, you guys. There is nothing more unnatural. There is nothing worse in this world than losing a child. It seems as though it's almost the most unnatural thing to bury your child before you as the parent. The parents are always ready to go first. We as parents, we're always ready to go before our children. Leave this mom alone. You know she didn't have anything to do with it. So you're going to continue to crucify her day after day, night after night, 8 hours saying, crucifying her parenting, crucifying the GoFundMe, crucifying this, and it's not helping anything. It's literally making the situation worse, and it will come back on you. Everyone gets their karma, like I said, in some way, shape, or form, an avenue, whatever. It's going to come and bite you in the ass. Judging someone at such a vulnerable time, at such a tragic time, at such a horrible time, it's wrong. It's wrong. And I will defend that. No matter, even if she should have questioned. All I'm saying is she's already doing this to herself, you guys, every night. How is it helping that you're doing it? Publicly bashing this woman because she didn't do what you would have done. It's wrong. It's wrong. All right, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. It just makes me so mad. It's absolutely ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I'm glad that you were here. I pray every day to keep my children and grandchildren happy, safe, and healthy. And I pray that they all outlive me. Me too. I just know that if I was in her position, I would hate to be judged, because I would be sitting there beating myself up over things that I could have done differently. And it's just not right, you guys. So some people have no empathy, no respect, nothing. They will do anything for content. They will do anything for the almighty dollar. They will do anything to build their audience. Even crucifying and criticizing an 18-year-old child with zero proof is wrong as well. Some of you people need to really take a long, hard look in the mirror at yourselves. Okay? Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But when you get to a point that you are criticizing, crucifying a grieving mom, you definitely have, you lack something. You need to look in the mirror and do a lot of self-reflecting. Okay? I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have an amazing night. And that's it. Make sure you subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future uploads. And I am looking forward to catching up with you guys tomorrow and just talking about something a little less emotional, because this is just, people need to stop. This is just absolutely ridiculous. People, sometimes I can't believe how little of empathy we have here in the world. How much this world has become so desensitized to, I don't even know, desensitized to having a heart, having empathy, to having respect. People just don't care anymore about others. They just don't. All right. I will see y'all tomorrow. I love you guys very, very much. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share, comments, all that good stuff, or thumbs down, whatever. It's all interaction. And I will see you guys. I was hoping my hair would move, like, right? I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing night. See you guys tomorrow.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so